Fala rapaziada, tudo bem? Estou iniciando uma nova série do Jogando Alan Wake 2. Não estou jogando o jogo com tudo no Ultra, porque está pedindo um hardware muito avançado. Então se a qualidade estiver um pouquinho abaixo do normal, me perdoem. Então bora lá? Bom, vou jogar aqui no difícil, né? Eu quero uma experiência melhorzinha.
Back to the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
Where'd he gone?
Que isso, cara? Do nada aí. Do nada. É robô. Pô, se eu correr, vai ficar mostrando o fiótico do cara, pô. Aí o YouTube não gosta de mostrar o fiótico do cara. Tá. Ué.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work. A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map. Worth memorizing before we get swallowed up by the trees.
I should take a look at that
Não
map.
pode. Mapa. Mapa exibe lugares importantes na área, tá? Então, vamos ver.
Quit your belly aching, Thornton. I'm up here now. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Hey, over here. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agents right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Resumo cairia bem. Alguma testemunha do crime? Tá.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
Fala logo que arrancaram.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh,
Seja
sure,
logo
that's real
direto.
simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Hey, Mulligan, tell them I'm here waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
O cara nem precisa falar, o cara no rádio já falou tudo. Mas tem lugar lá atrás pra explorar, né? Mas
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so
Vamos ver aqui.
far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly. I need to think through the facts of the case.
você pode acessar o quadro de casos dentro do lugar mental, tá? Vamos ver aqui.
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
Vamos ver. O quadro de casos é uma técnica mental que permite que Saga analise pistas e avance na investigação. Tá. Você pode usar para dar zoom, tá? Dar zoom. Você agora pode explorar livremente o quadro de casos ou pressionar a bola para sair. Vamos ver aqui. A vítima foi dada como desaparecida em 2010. Encontraram em 2012. Enterrada em uma cova rasa. Tá, aqui fala as vítimas, né? Que morreram. Aqui embaixo fala, deve falar algumas os ferimentos, né, das vítimas. Aqui, por exemplo, esse cara aqui teve duas vítimas, teve hematomas, alguma amarra, correu o cinto, tá? Teve hematomas, esse daqui foi arrancado algum órgão. E aqui fala o perfil de cada assassino que fizeram aqui. A vítima número 3 estava coberta de tatuagens ilegíveis. Uma mensagem do assassino, talvez, ou sua arte. A vítima mais recente morreu de traumatismo grave no tórax. Condizente com a vítima de 2018? Difícil dizer devido às condições do corpo. Exceto por terem desaparecido em 2010, as vítimas aparentemente não têm nada em comum. O inchaço do cadáver é indicativo de afogamento, mas só uma vítima foi encontrada na água. Ah, agora eu tô entendendo. Duas dessa vítima daqui tinha hematomas, alguma marra, correu o cinto, não conseguiu descobrir o que é, tá? Provavelmente amarraram pra fazer alguma merda, alguma besteira. O assassino pode ser um esportista ou caçador. Com certeza é um caçador, pois cortar traumatismo no tórax, saber essas coisas assim, ele provavelmente é um caçador. Fazer um corte assim. Então vamos continuar. Objetivo: vá à cena do crime e encontre o policial. Vamos ver o mapa aqui. Pô, que legal, ela cria isso aqui na mente dela, cara, pra tu ver. Vamos dar uma explorada aqui. Ela visitas ao lugar mental não pausa um jogo. Então cuidado com ameaças nas proximidades. Então enquanto que ela tá na mente dela, o jogo continua rolando em volta dela. Então pode vir gente me atacar. Pô, que legal isso, cara. Achei maneiro, interessante. Porque faz sentido, né? Enquanto ela tá pensando, usando a cabeça, as coisas em volta realmente têm que funcionar.
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
Mas o jogo tá bonito.
Stairs are out.
Mas não tá isso tudo pra poder exigir o que tá exigindo de hardware. Não, pô, não tá, mas tá bonito. Mirror Peak. A que? Montanha ao longe é justamente Mirror Peak, o icônico símbolo acima de Jogando Alan Wake. Vista do ângulo certo. Isso daqui fala. Ponto turístico, fala sobre esse ponto aqui.
Okay, nature.
Que é isso, cara? Natureza é coisa boa.
Too much sky.
Excesso de céu, que é isso? Pra quem mora na roça, ia jogar esse cara aqui lá de cima. Tô zoando.
Back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
At the murder site. I did not want to swap. No, you're not getting it. Try explaining it one more time. How much clearer can I make it? Hey!
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you.
Beleza. O que tem pra cá?
So, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
He's joking.
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. Now, he didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders? Step 1. Examine the corpse.
Então, vamos lá. Mas vai mostrar o Jurandir do cara aí, pô.
Body is positioned on the table.
Quero saber da fimose, dessa fimose aí não, meu irmão. Você desbloqueou sua primeira imagem principal. Você pode colocá-la no quadro de casos de dentro do lugar mental. Eu vejo que... Tá.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Outro corpo foi encontrado no bosque perto de Brig Falls. Momento perfeito. Preciso ver se tem ligação com os assassinatos e estamos aqui para investigar. Na imagem principal colocada vai gerar uma nova pergunta. É possível ver as metas no quadro de casos no seu objetivo. Investigue a cena do crime. Tá. Vamos voltar pra lá. Então vamos em ordem. Ali é 1, 2. Ué. O que mais eu faço aqui? Ah tá. Você pode obter pista do corpo para avançar na investigação. Coração.
The killer left the heart right next to the body.
Por que vai arrancar o coração do cara e para deixar aqui do lado dele? Estranho.
Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down.
Ó, essas marcas aqui de esses amarrados aqui pode ser a mesma amarrado que tá lá naquela pista lá, que falou que amarrou com alguma coisa, só que não sabe o que é.
Inside stab wound.
Pode ser a mesma coisa
Chest cut
daquilo ali.
open. Heart removed.
Traumatismo do tórax. Correias de carga usada para prender a vítima. É possível colocar a pista recém-descoberta na pergunta aberta.
Doesn't make sense.
Calma aí.
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
As pistas solucionaram a pergunta aberta e desbloquearam uma dedução. Conforme você avança na investigação, novas perguntas serão desbloqueadas, atualizando seus objetivos. Você pode pressionar para... Tá. Descubra mais sobre as vítimas. Encontre uma prova. Tá. Ah, tá. Eu posso sair apertando aqui. Não preciso ir na porta, não.
Need to find more clues. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers? Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Someone was drinking beer.
Estava bebendo
They spent time
cerveja.
here, waiting. Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
É possível descobrir pistas ao falar com pessoas e examinar seu entorno. Tem mais nada para poder examinar aqui, né? Então, vamos ver. A vítima é Robert, visto pela última vez em Bright Falls, 13 anos atrás. Calma aí, calma aí, calma aí.
That's not right.
Calma aí, em cima, pô. Em cima, ele foi a vítima. Ninguém teve notícia desse cara por 13 anos. Por que aparecer agora, onde ele estava? Mancha de sangue na mesa. Vários conjuntos de pegada.
Boot prints indicating multiple killers. Quite the party.
Mais de um agressor presente. Cena bagunçada. Crime passional? Premeditado? Descobriremos na próxima novela. Fizeram mesmo uma bagunça por aqui. Foi empolgação ou é só um trabalho porco? Bastante atividade aqui. Improvável que nosso assassino estivesse sozinho.
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale.
Tá.
So you knew our victim.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
Ícone no canto inferior esquerdo indica que há conteúdo importante disponível no lugar mental. Tá? O que aconteceu após ele ser demitido? Então, vamos descobrir o que
So what
aconteceu.
happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here,
I bet there's more to that story.
but no happy ending.
Então ele está desaparecido desde
Nightingale went
2010.
missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
For now, at least.
Mm-hmm. Anything clicking yet?
Not sure. Need to think about it.
Então vamos lá.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Ex-agente do FBI. Saúde mental questionável no momento do desaparecimento. Mas... Premeditado ou espontâneo, parece novo, trazido pelos assassinos. Por quê? Para montar uma câmera, um filme snuff esquisito. Esquisito? Cooler e garrafas de cerveja por perto.
They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
Você pode usar o perfil dentro do lugar mental de Saga para entrar na cabeça de suspeitos e vítima. Usando a intuição, Saga pode analisar o perfil de pessoas relevantes para descobrir pistas novas. Homicídio ritual.
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flip the switch, it goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something. Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder.
Consigo sentir que... Mano, eu não consigo ler o nome desse cara, não. Veio do lago. Mas por que agora? Depois de 13 anos, onde ele esteve?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too.
Aqui tem
This mug always
cafezinho.
cheers me up.
Cara, ela bota até os detalhes na mente. Até um copo ela coloca ali. Isso daqui provavelmente é o quarto dela. Ela tem tudo na cabeça dela. Cada detalhe, mano. Cada detalhe do quarto dela ela bota na cabeça dela. Provavelmente ela não fica vendo TikToker. O que tem a ver uma coisa com outra? Mas o TikTok destrói a mente da pessoa. Não deixa ela pensar. Vamos lá, então vamos sair daqui.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Okay, well, I'll just wait here.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Mm-hmm. Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more. It is kind of creepy, though.
Caraca. Quero ver escalar essa árvore aí. Tá.
Tracks.
Rastros.
Barefoot.
Pés descalços.
Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
Makes no sense.
There's a piece of paper on the ground. A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Mm-hmm. Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
the words.
These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. I should profile Nightingale about this page.
Página de manuscrito.
The victim was one
No.
of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page, the first page that they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message. Was a message. Someone knew they were here. What they were doing. Someone playing a game with them. Leading them on. An invitation. How could they not accept? The sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them. Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
A enorme ousadia desse mistério impossível apresentado a eles, mesmo que soubesse que acabaria se machucando.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
Colocaram algo dentro dele, aí é complicado. O quê? Ele atravessou uma rocha? Não faz sentido. Ou será que tem uma passagem secreta aí? Calma aí.
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
Fim do caminho, literalmente. Muito mistério. não tem sentido. Fazendo as perguntas erradas? Calma aí. Algo escondido dentro de si. Tem mais coisas acontecendo aqui do que estou enxergando. Preciso examinar direito esse corpo na cidade. Leitura das palavras. Dessas palavras parecia uma mensagem e alguém estava brincando com elas.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
Vamos lá então. Deixa eu ler isso aqui. Descobri tudo o que podia aqui. Preciso levar o corpo para ser examinado na cidade. C. Não tá faltando um R aqui, não ser. Não, é C. C.
Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Whoever wrote that page made sure it read like a story. Like a scene from a thriller.
I hate all of it. The text said we'd find more. I believe it.
But what's the purpose? They're twisting events to create their own narrative. To do what? Entertain some fantasy? Projecting their desires? Are we characters or the audience? Witnesses to their design? All the above?
Hey,
It's all
you made
about
it back.
control.
Good.
Deciding what happens to...
Opa, volta.
I'm
Okay.
already hooked. I need the next chapter.
I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Vamos levar o corpo.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the Bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Chave de atalho.
Thanks. Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the Bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Olha, como é que... Ah,
You
tá.
mentioned.
Lembre-se de que você pode acessar o mapa sem entrar no lugar mental. Tá. Bora. Ué.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
Vamos dar uma explorada aqui.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox.
Alex Casey.
Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy crime books. But he really hates the movie.
Você pode usar os fragmentos do manuscrito para aprimorar armas no lugar mental. Tem só 2, não dá pra fazer nada ainda. Será que eu... Ué, como é que eu pego a pistola? Provavelmente ele tem que dar um tiro ali.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod? For a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
The Federal Bureau of Control? That's a new one. Toxic volcanic gas, huh?
The FBC is an obscure branch. Only shows up for...
Vou dar uma explorada por aqui.
Well, what's so unusual about volcanic gas?
Beats me.
Nada.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town
estamos.
and meet the sheriff at the diner.
Tá, eu vou dar... Aqui a gente veio daqui. Foi pra lá, então vamos pra cá. Aqui deve sair, ela tem uma pista lá. Não tem mais nada pra fazer aqui.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
Tá? Então aqui vamos
The
explorar a
diner's just
cidade.
up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Então é isso, pessoal. Eu vou ficar por aqui. Essa parte aqui da cidade eu vou deixar para o próximo vídeo, porque já está quase 1 hora de vídeo. E então é isso. Parte 2 vai ficar para daqui a pouco. Provavelmente eu postarei as 2 partes no mesmo dia. Então é isso. Muito obrigado por assistir. E me dizem aí se quem assistiu o vídeo, se é bom eu deixar a câmera ali ligada ou se eu tiro a câmera e deixo só o microfone aqui. Porque eu tô vendo que tá tampando uma parte ali e pode estar atrapalhando alguém de ver. Então valeu, obrigado por assistir e fui!